Through the gate's dissolving light, three figures emerged, Ajera, Esprit, and Zonda. The air outside, thick with dread moments ago, shifted into something radiant, triumph. Their comrades erupted in cheer, a wave of raw relief breaking through the battlefield haze. Carrera's voice boomed, her laughter ringing like thunder. Well done! I'm very proud indeed. Her joy was so fierce, it nearly crushed Ajera under her backslaps. But no one minded. The war had not ended, yet this victory, this single, brutal victory, felt like a breath stolen from heaven. Zonda, ever the eccentric, had already prepared tea and sandwiches, a strange contrast to the blood still dripping from their armor. Esprit stepped forward, red soul orb in hand, the heart of a slain foe pulsing faintly within. "Here is the soul of that foul-mouthed man," she said, her tone measured but laced with contempt. "His heart core is locked inside, his ego still remains." Carrera's grin widened. "Nice, Esprit. Now we can punish this fool for insulting Sir Rimuru." And then, as if drawn by the scent of sin, Ultima appeared. Eyes gleaming, smile too wide, voice soft enough to chill the soul. "If it's all right with Benimaru, I don't mind." Carrera shrugged, passing the stage. Benimaru only nodded, indifferent. Rimuru's vengeance didn't need his approval. Ultima's laughter sliced through the air, sharp, gleeful, wrong. "Wonderful. Let's get started. Crazed vendetta expiation." The words alone carried weight. Her poison wasn't physical, it was spiritual, a curse that would burn through eternity. Inside the crimson orb, Garcia's soul screamed, its echo trapped in silence. The punishment wasn't death. It was a never-ending existence of torment. And yet, as his essence writhed, Testaross's calm voice laced the moment with irony. "He must be thanking you for the chance to atone." Benimaru stood apart, his eyes reflecting both understanding and unease. Even he, forged in countless battles, found their calm sadism disturbing. But to them, justice wasn't vengeance. It was ritual, a sacred offering to Rimuru. And so, as the tea steamed beside blood-stained fingers, the demons carried out their cruel justice with quiet serenity. Ajera and Esprit sat apart, their relief trembling under the surface. "When Ajera said he couldn't win, I didn't know what to do," Esprit murmured. Ajera's wry smile gave him away. He had bluffed, and she knew it. But the truth mattered little now. Carrera's laughter and Ultima's teasing softened what could have been scolding. Even among demons, there was warmth, a reflection of Rimuru's strange influence. They weren't tools, they were family. That fragile calm shattered when Testarossa spoke. "Of course, I know what's going on in the other gates." Silence. Then chaos. Ultima nearly spat her tea. Carrera froze mid-bite. "Huh, you've been watching them this whole time?" Testarossa's perfect smile didn't flicker. Naturally, Moss has been monitoring the other battles. Her tone was that of a queen discussing weather. Effortless, detached, terrifying. "Unfair!" Ultima cried. "You could have invited us," Carrera chimed in. "Seriously, you're hoarding all the fun." But Benimaru only chuckled under his breath. Testarossa's command of intelligence was unmatched, and her ally Moss, a silent, unseen shadow, made her the eye that saw all. Yet even she couldn't break Velgryn's divine rules. Once a gate was conquered, it sealed its victors away from the rest. "This realm," she said softly, "now recognizes Agera as its master." That meant one thing. The trial would only grow harder. 7 gates still burned, one guarded by Velgrynd herself. The others, waiting, alive, hungry. Benimaru's tone turned heavy as he warned, "Don't underestimate your opponents." Kondo already detected Moss and shot his clone down with a single bullet. Carrera only smiled, her obsidian eyes gleaming with the thrill of danger. How interesting. Testarossa and Benimaru exchanged looks, an unspoken prayer that arrogance wouldn't become their downfall. The tea cooled, silence thickened. And then the air shifted again. The next gate opened. A flare of divine fire tore through the labyrinth. Within its vortex, one figure stood alone, Shion. Gone was her playful grin, her careless laughter. What remained was a warrior, fierce, disciplined, dangerous. Her foe awaited her. Minaza, 6th of the Empire's feared single digits, the Insector Queen, one of Ludora's personal guardians. Around them lay a graveyard of corpses, Minaza's own insectoid children, slain and reborn in an endless, grotesque loop. "I must praise you," Shion shouted, her sword raised high, "for making this so difficult for me." Pride blazed in her eyes. Minaza smiled back, teeth sharp, voice dripping with venom. "You'll make a fine offering to His Majesty." Their blades met and the world screamed. The duel was relentless, raw strength versus regeneration, fire versus hunger. Minaza's ability, Voracious Resurrection, devoured her dead children, reabsorbing their essence to resurrect stronger with every loss. It was a nightmare given form, blessed by Ludora's divine enchantment. Alternative. Each death, each rebirth, expanded her swarm until the battlefield itself seemed alive. But Shion wasn't merely strength incarnate. Beneath her fury, there was precision, a rhythm guided by something greater. Her unique skill, Master Chef, honed through countless battles and perfected under Rimuru's will, began to synchronize with another presence. Ciel, the absolute intelligence that resided within Rimuru, flowed through her, calculating, optimizing, refining her every motion. Each swing of Gorokimaru became art, each step a measured algorithm of destruction. And slowly, impossibly, she began to turn the tide. "You insects," she snarled between breaths, "are such a handful." Her voice shook with exhaustion, but not weakness. Minaza, bleeding from 1,000 cuts, only smiled wider. "You cannot win. We insectors are eternal." For the first time, fragments of truth slipped free. Minaza spoke of the aggressors, their ancient kindred who had crossed from another world, seeking salvation through the underworld gate. Their world was chaos, divided between insectors, cryptids, mystics, a civilization born from hunger and devoured by it. The Empire had merely offered them shelter under Ludora's rule. In return, they fought as his weapons. Shion listened, puzzled but resolute. "So you're my enemy, basically?" The words were simple, but her tone left no room for pity. The queen laughed. "Yes, and your death will feed our god." A storm of flesh and mandibles erupted around her. From her wounds, her children crawled out anew, eyes burning with shared malice. Yet before they could even take flight, a single flash of steel silenced them. Gorokimaru version 2 split the swarm in two, its divine blade vibrating with restrained chaos. Minaza staggered. Impossible. But Shion's gaze was unwavering. "Perfect," she said, lips curling into a smile. "Let's see what you've got." Their final clash transcended form, two wills colliding beyond endurance. Shion's every strike carried her rage, her loyalty, her love for Rimuru. Minaza's defense, the desperate will of an alien queen clinging to her dying species. The sound of their battle, metal, chitin, and thunder, echoed like the heartbeat of the divine realm. And then, something changed. Amid the chaos, Ciel's voice returned. Calm, familiar, absolute. "You possess great power, Shion. The one best suited for you is Battlesoul Ogre." In that instant, time seemed to hold its breath. Shion's soul corridor, the bridge linking her essence to Rimuru's, flared open. A flood of divine energy surged through her veins. Her body ignited with ethereal light. The evolution began. What are you?" Minaza's voice trembled, the predator now prey. "That surging aura, were you just toying with me up until now?" Shion didn't answer. She didn't need to. Her aura expanded like a collapsing star, crushing, radiant, absolute. The chaotic essence of a Battlesoul Ogre erupted, her every cell transcending mortal limits. Power, speed, instinct, perfectly synchronized. Her blade shimmered, ascending beyond even its creator's imagination. Gorokimaru divine. A weapon now fit to pierce gods. Minaza panicked. Her regeneration faltered. Her hive screamed. Desperate, she invoked alternative, her final forbidden enchantment. "Feed upon me, my children," she cried, offering her flesh to her brood. They devoured her, merging into one colossal, hideous form, a nightmare forged from love and despair. But Shion was no longer the same being she had been moments ago. Her eyes burned violet. Her aura distorted the air itself. "Chaotic fate," she whispered. The world split. A single, blinding arc of energy tore through the swarm, carving Minaza and her hive into nothingness. The divine carapace shattered. The ground itself folded under the pressure. Silence followed, a silence heavy enough to crush thought. "You're both too loud," Shion said, lowering her sword, "and talk for too long." The queen's fading consciousness trembled. Her last words crawled through the dust. "If you're that kind, you will never beat our insect lord." Then, nothing. Her soul scattered into light. The gate fell quiet. Shion exhaled, her rage dissipating into the stillness. "Well," she muttered, brushing off her blade, "I'm sure it's none of my business anyway." And that was it. No speech, no gloating. Just the quiet, terrifying grace of someone who had seen death and walked past it. But her evolution had rewritten more than her strength. In that battle, something deeper had changed. Shion, the reckless warrior once driven by instinct alone, had become something else entirely. Her loyalty to Rimuru was no longer just devotion. It was divine purpose. Her chaos-born power resonated with his will, a reflection of Tempest's true heart, unyielding, unbreakable, infinite. Outside, in the realm of the victors, the others felt it. A pulse, raw, divine, and violent, shuddered through the very fabric of the plane. The ground trembled, the air thickened. It was as if reality itself had gasped. Testaross's smile faltered, a flicker of genuine surprise breaking her perfect poise. Ultima's eyes widened, pupils dilating with manic excitement. Carrera, ever the blunt one, let out a low whistle. Damn, that's Shion, isn't it? Benimaru didn't answer at first. His crimson gaze lingered on the gates ahead, 6 still burning, 6 still waiting. Then, a faint smile crossed his lips. Yeah, he said softly. She's still growing.